You know, throughout life, a lot of people are constantly telling us what we can and what we cannot become. Sometimes it is good because they speak faith into us, they encourage us, but then there are times that they just put negative labels on us. Now here's the thing. You cannot prevent the negative labels. You cannot stop the negative comments, but you can choose to remove them. What am I saying? I'm saying that if somebody calls you ugly, stupid, too fat, too slow, not good enough, whatever it is, you have to remove those labels because they do not define you. And make sure that you are wearing the right labels. I am strong, I am valuable, I'm more than a conqueror. Many people, they don't know any better. They wear the wrong labels like they wear the truth. Words are like seeds. When you dwell long enough on them, they will take root and become what was said. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful what you're taking. That's how the enemy works. He will love to put negative labels on you to keep you from reaching your highest potential. The Bible tells us in the book of Jeremiah 29 and verses 11 that, "For I know the plans I have for you," this is God declaring, "plans which are not to harm you, to hurt you, but plans which are to give you a hope and a future." A hope and a future. That's why the enemy attacks us so much. He attacks us because he knows that God has something amazing in our future. But in order for you to be able to remove those labels that people put on you, you gotta have to know your identity in terms of who you are. A lot of times when we do outreaches and we ask people if they know who they are, people say, "Yes, I know who I am. I am Johannes. I'm a rocket player. I'm a student. Yes, this and that." That's right. But that is just the athlete suit. What I'm talking about here is I'm talking about the inward spirit potential. That you are the very DNA of Christ. That you are the very essence of Christ. And unless you understand this, whatever people are going to say about you is going to hurt you. Why? Because you do not know who you are. Why do people say that you are stupid and then you react in a physical way? Or even in a verbal way also. Why do you react? It's because you do not know who you are. If we look in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, where God says that He created, or let us create men out of our image. He said He created us out of His image. And is that not enough to make you understand that you are precious? That you are worth anything? That you are a diamond, that you are valuable in the eyes of the Lord? And if we look in the book of Psalms 139 and verses 14, we see David exalting God. We see David praising God. He says that, "I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well." Now, it was very easy for David to exalt God in this regard because he knew who he was. Now, when you know who you are in Christ, when you know your identity, it becomes easy for you to exalt Him. Even in the times when He does not, or where you feel He does not provide, or in the times where you feel He's slow. God is not slow. Yes, He's not. And that's why I always tell people that praise is not based on what God does. Praise is based on who God is. Because everything else that He does it because of who He is. That's His nature. That's His character. He's a giving God. He's a provider. So now what if you pray for a car today? God bless you with a car tomorrow. You praise Him. You pray for a girlfriend today. God provides you with a girlfriend tomorrow. You praise Him. You pray for, let me say, a job today. God provides you with a job next week. You praise Him. What if you pray for a house and He doesn't give you just that? Does that mean you're not going to praise Him because He did not do it? That's why I'm saying praise is not based on what God does. It is based on who He is. Because everything else that He does is because of who He is. That's His nature. He's a loving God. That is part of His nature. That is who He is. There's nothing we can do about it. That's who He is. That's how He is. But you also have to understand that your identity comes with value. Say now, for instance, I take a $200 note right now. I tear it into pieces. I sellotape it. I throw it away. Somebody spits on it. Another person blows their nose with it. Whatever it is, and another person passes by, steps on it, or whatever. If you pass by, are you gonna pick it up or not? Well, it depends. Some people will say they will. Some they will say they will not. But if you take that $200 note to the bank, they're gonna give you another one. Why? Because that money hasn't lost its value. Now it's the same with each and every one of you listening to this clip. It does not matter what people did to you. It does not matter whether people stepped on you, whether they spat on you, or whether they have torn you apart. Your value does not change as a person. Oh, I'm not sure if you understand this. Well, I don't know how you woke up this morning. I don't know how you're feeling this morning. I don't know. I don't know how you're feeling. But I want to encourage you this morning to never give up and never look back to the old you. No, there's probably part of you or some of you that have been hurt, that are going through stuff. Maybe some of you were molested as a child or something, or you were raped, or just something happened to you badly that you don't like, or that you're still hanging on to, and maybe you still can't cling on to that thing. I'm telling you that the only way you can move on forward, the only way God can take you to another season is when you let go, when you forgive. I know it sounds easier said than done, but the Bible tells us that God tells us that if we can forgive His people, He will forgive us. Now, how do we want God to forgive us if we are struggling to forgive others? I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a step that you gotta take. And the thing is, forgiveness does not come from us; it comes from God. It's an act of faith. That's why we need to draw strength from Him as our source to be able to forgive whoever did whatever to us. Because in our own strength, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. Trust me. We have pride. We're full of ourselves. So yeah. So I just want to encourage you to let go. To let go. Because bitterness and unforgiveness shuts down the operation of life. What I'm saying by this is the person who might have hurt you might be somewhere in another country or somewhere else far, enjoying their life while you're still holding on to this old clinch, this old hurt, this old. That's why people always say that hurt people, or hurting people hurt people, and it's very true. When you're hurt, you easily hurt others. So in order for you to be able to move on, in order for God to take you to another level, you gotta let go. I know maybe you've heard of forgive and forget. Forgive means forgive whoever did whatever to you. Forget means forget the feeling, how it felt when it was done to you. But remember the memory, because there's always gonna be a scar. If there's a scar, if you ride a bicycle now, you fall down, there's a scar. 5 years later, you look at it, you say, this is how I was riding my bicycle, and look how I fell down. It hurt me, but this is what I did to heal. This and this and this. This is what I did to nature. And that's how God is going to use you in that regard, to help others heal that are going through what you went through. So I want you to swallow your pride this morning. Swallow your pride and allow God. I know it sounds easier said than done, like I said before, but I'm also not saying it's impossible, because we're dealing with a God of the impossible. We're dealing with a God of the impossible. And this is where I'm even reminded of the woman who had a bleeding problem, who was subjected to a bleeding issue for 12 years. And she went to the doctors, she went to this, she went to see all the physicians, she went to see all the kind of doctors that she could see, but she was not healed. But when she said to herself, if I can just touch the cloth of Jesus, if I can just, not even this, his skin or his body. If I can just touch his cloth, his garment, I will be healed. I mean, that's just the faith we need. That's the kind of faith that we need. Faith that will help us to heal. Faith that will change our situation for good. That woman, when she touched Jesus, her problem was gone. But you gotta have to believe. You gotta have to believe. And Jesus said, woman, your faith has healed you. Stand up and go. It's the same with the 4 young men who dropped the guy who was paralyzed. They dropped him through the net because it was overcrowded. Everyone came to see Jesus. And when Jesus saw this man, he said, you have got great faith. Your faith has healed you. Get up and go. Take your mat. You know, sometimes it's just our faith. We need to take a leap of faith. We need to take a leap of faith in order for our situation to change, to be different. I mean, without faith, what can you do? So I just want to encourage you this morning. I just want to encourage you to spend more time with Christ. And as you spend more time with Christ, you'll become more like Him. Read your word. Trust Him to give you a revelation of His word so that He can show you more of what He wants and what plans and purpose He's having for your life. God bless you. Love you.